So yeah, I've got a quick haiku update. Some of what you'll hear, we just heard from Daniel and Rebecca, but it's exciting stuff worth repeating. The current haiku release is 5.1.0. Some things included there are the IIIF AP Jam for audio and video support. Really excited about the SSO interface to integrate SAML, OpenID, Connect, and CAS that came through Hyku for Consortia from the University of Pittsburgh's involvement there. Some accessibility improvements have gone back in as we gradually kind of collect those from different projects. Really grateful for those. There's a bulk racks upgrade, and I'm personally excited that the ability to activate users from the admin panel is there, because if you invite a user or an admin and they don't get the email, or the email's not set up, or it goes to spam, you get headaches and you have to ask a developer to add the user. And now I can just go click a button, and anybody can. There's some bug fixes related to the IIIF print gem, bulk racks, updates to error messages, issues with the contact form and collection management. Certainly more details on those in the release notes. And there's a release candidate up for 6.0. And this will be a big one, so it's taken a bit just to get it right. But this would be an upgrade to Hyrax 5. This would bring the Valkyrie work into Haiku and brings in the PDF.js viewer and some other improvements from Hyku for Consortia. PDF.js viewer is an optional selection for PDF viewing instead of the universal viewer. It's just faster processing, faster ingest. And Knapsack. So in the pipeline, to expand a little bit more, Knapsack is a feature that encapsulates Haiku code so that it makes upgrades easier. It kind of isolates the core code from your custom features and customizations so that upgrades are a little bit less nitpicky. And that'll be a really important thing for Haiku when that's available for everybody. Daniel mentioned that the Google Analytics 4 work is moving forward. So we're excited about that. As he mentioned, I think for over a year, has it been 2 years? Time flies. Since GA4 was released, there was no longer support for Google Analytics. And it seemed like just when the community was excited to have analytics, it kind of got pulled out from under them. So Daniel and the Hyrax team have done a lot of work to get the back end going, but the dashboard just needed to be updated. And I'm really excited that Halni Palsi and Georgetown University are sponsoring that work, which should be completed very, very soon. So I'm excited about that. Other work that's coming through Halni Palsi through involvement with the University of Pittsburgh are email notifications, specifically on mediated deposit, so that the approver and the submitter will get email notifications instead of just in-app notifications, but also most likely on other repository activity. And embargoes, the ability to import embargo rules with bulk racks is going to be added. And we'll also be building on Cottage Labs, so do work to put that into Haiku. The big exciting thing, of course, is Valkyrie and Haiku. And we got a little update on that with the Hyrax group, thanks. But as far as Haiku works, where Valkyrie is milestone 1 of the 3 Valkyrie milestones was to have kind of a proof of concept. We've got a Hyrax application working with a Postgres backend. Milestone 2 is to actually migrate an existing application to a Postgres backend with Valkyrie. And the case study for that will be repo.samvera.org, Haiku application. And where that stands is that we're working out some bugs. So it's kind of ready, but now it's just in the testing and bug fixing stage so that that can be deployed to Haiku main. And then that's what will unlock the Haiku 6 release. So there'll be a lot of trumpeting about that when Haiku 6 is out. And then the migration to of repo.samvera.org can be completed. And as I mentioned, that will wrap milestone 2 of that project. Really exciting news. Like, I know it's like coming and it's here, it's living and breathing, because GBH has a Valkyrized Hyrax application for their AMS2. And SoftServe has been assisting them with content migration. Before moving to Postgres with Fedora 4, we had several importers running and were able to move about 10,000 records a day. After moving to Postgres, we're looking at 200,000 records per day. So that's pretty significant. That's really exciting. Those are metadata only works, not files, but I think it's proof positive that all of this work has not been in vain. And we appreciate GBH moving that forward as one of the leaders there. A little bit of a bulk racks update, because I don't think we have a separate update in the conference this year, but the current version of bulk racks is 8.0, and that has support for Valkyrie. So that's really exciting news. It's also matured support to Hyrax 4 and 5 with bulk racks, but it's still usable in 2 and 3. Some things that were added recently, I think in the last version, but paginated paging or paginated page for import and exporters have a cleaner UI so that you can kind of keep track of what you're doing there a little bit better. There's a remove and redo process for errors now that deletes the Hyrax concern and recreates it fresh, which is a little more efficient. There is a bug in the 8 release that I know our team is working on and should have a fix for soon. But that's with creates issues when importing CSV file set rows with active Fedora applications. And other things going on in Hyku land, we're all grown up. We've grown for years, and there's a bunch of folks that have adopted Hyku that are interested in adopting Hyku, and more technical players in the field. And it's really become a community effort, and that's exciting. So as part of that, we're about to undertake a series of meetings, potentially a working group, to redefine Hyku stewardship. We've got enough folks that they can contribute in meaningful ways, outside of just self-serve, where product ownership has been for a number of years. And we'll be planning the future of what technical leadership and product ownership in Hyku looks like, maybe formalizing that a little bit more. Palmy and Palsy have an IMLS grant proposal open that would help support this. And that I'm sure we'll hear more on the fate of that grant, but we're really excited about that if that comes through. And that's pretty much the news, but here's just a visual of all the folks that are in Hyku at the moment. I know the next time that these slides are up, there will be at least 2 more universities on here, but they haven't gotten to a place yet where I think they should go on here, but I'm really excited. It's consistently growing, the adoption, the usership here, and some really major institutions that are able to provide the support that Hyku needs to keep it growing. And of course, of the Samvera service providers in the space, CoSector, SoftServe, and Ubiquity are all folks that work with Hyku. And throwing up the hosted services, which are growing, and some of the smaller universities and institutions are able to take advantage of, which provide just kind of a easy to get running repository solution based on Hyku, and Ubiquity and SoftServe both offer products for that. So I want to thank you, Hyku Interest Group. I always trumpet this last Thursday of the month, 8:30 Pacific, 11:30 Eastern. Anybody can join. Hit me up if you need information on that, but it's on the Samvera wiki. It's pretty easy to find. And also we have a developer call that meets the alternating 2 weeks, so the second Thursday of the month. And that's a little bit more focused just to make sure the folks that do the dev work are aligned and not stepping on each other's toes. And that's been a really successful thing for the community. That's everything I have for Hyku. Thank you.